Welcome back to QuantDirection Academy. I'm Rosie and delighted to discuss how we use price mapping within the QuantDirection platform. The beauty of a quantitative approach is that it follows nature. There is a natural order in numbers. If we can find statistically correlated behavior across different time frames and volatility levels, then we are very likely to continue to see a similarly high probability that the same behavior will repeat again over similar conditions in the future. This is the work of quantitative directional trading. A fundamental part of quantitative directional trading is price mapping. Let's take a deeper look. To find price direction or any direction, there must be a North Star, which we know to be a fixed point, that we can use as an anchor to chart the location of other points, whose coordinates we may perceive to be different than they actually are. For today's navigators of financial markets, a key issue then becomes what information point do we set to be our North Star? In a sea of ever-changing information, what framework can we rely upon to provide that anchor we use to find direction? The difference between navigation at sea and wading the perilous waters of the stock market today is that there are fixed points in the physical world, while stock price and their lagging indicators are fluid and constantly changing. As such, looking at price alone or its derivatives can never be sufficient. Since we are attempting to define price direction and movement, we cannot eliminate price in the analysis. This brings us to the second variable needed. If we can look at historical price movements relative to how the aggregate of professional stock options traders expected price to move by virtue of the pricing established in the options market for any condition, we can use that as our North Star with which to measure against. Let's look at a specific price condition, for example. The price condition we measure becomes 1. The starting point of the move, and 2. Its location that price moves to relative to what it was expected to do. We can then compare that behavior to a similar price condition at a different time, even though both conditions may have expected moves are different in the size of the move. In this example, both conditions have price that opens and closes below the midline on Monday and close below the midline on Friday. We can then say that the behavior of these two price conditions are correlated in that respect. As we map price movements across various conditions, we always look for correlations. The correlation between two variables is considered to be strong if the absolute value of R is greater than 0.75. Similarly, if two conditions repeat less than 25% of the time, we also have strong negative or predictive correlation. When there is no pattern to price condition behavior, we can say it is random or that it isn't predictive. We have mapped over 700 weekly price moves against their expected moves over hundreds of weeks, and it is quite clear that there is very high correlation with a large variety of price conditions measured across time and at varying volatility levels. In addition, these correlations line up with fixed price zones within these weekly expected moves. The constant we measured was the price condition. In effect, when price starts at level X of the expected move, it then does or does not move to level Y. Price may move to level Y in any manner. With any price condition, we are only concerned if price moves from level X to level Y and not how it gets there. The area around the weekly expected moves were mapped into 7 distinct price zones. Every price condition therefore begins and ends within one of these price zones. We found over 600 distinct price conditions that could be grouped into 26 different categories. These price conditions and categories are the same whether we are mapping the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, or the Russell 2000. I hope this overview of price mapping has been helpful. Price mapping forms the basis for the big data pool we use to run complex data searches and analytics on the platform. For more information, check out the knowledge base, or for questions, open a support ticket or email us at the address below to my left. Until next time, from all of us at QuantDirection Academy, we are wishing you successful trading.